What would you tell a young girl about her body, loving her own body?
Well, it all starts with the mind on teaching how to love the skin that you're in, what God has given you. Now, yes, there are instances where if you've had to have breast replacement surgery, those rare cases, but there's nothing that should make a person where you throwing your boob over your shoulder, where it's that big where it's causing back problems, or you're getting a BBL and it's so. I had a friend whose husband was encouraging her to get this BBL, and I did all this research for her, and I was like, please don't do this. This is the most dangerous surgery
Yeah.
out there. The recovery time for the surgery, the toxins that could leak into your own bloodstream, it just doesn't make good right
It's
sense.
it's night. Some of the stories I've heard
Right.
is nightmarish. Women going in these back alley clinics,
Right.
getting fix-a-flat
Fix a
put in
flat.
their behinds,
That poison.
and they've had to get legs amputated, arms amputated. Even famous folk like K. Michelle, who has come on TV and said, she got her butt implants taken out because it was making her toxic. And famous women like the
Right.
Kardashians
They've all
reversed.
reversed
They've
everything.
reversed it and
Yes.
taken those BBLs out, those implants out because it was painful. And so I'm glad to see that the trend is reversing itself, but the damage has already been done.
Right.
And I think what happens is that the mind frame of our young women has been poisoned to think that they are commodities to be consumed through the visual consumption of men and not being in love with how God has already made them.
Right. Right.
I've told you time and time again, I love your curves. I love how you're made. I love your stretch marks, from where you've given birth to my babies. I love you unconditionally, but there's times when you kind of come to me and you're like, babe, do I look all right in this outfit? I'm getting too big. And I'm like, no, you're not.
Well, as women, there are always things that we think that we can improve upon. And some of that is within our control without the use of going to a doctor. Like, one, if you're not pleased with your size, if you gain too much weight, then do what you need to do to have a more healthy lifestyle and lose that weight. Because, yes, it will start affecting your knees and everything else as we become older.